Hello and welcome to the AI Blockchain Summit in Malta. I'm Jane King, with me, Dan Schatt, the co-founder and CEO of Cred.
Yes.
And you just got off this panel on custody and asset management of money and decentralization. And kind of tell me, what was the mood of the room or the headline of that panel?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Jane. Well, crypto really is a new asset class at the end of the day. And I think if you polled anyone in that room, no one would entrust all of their money right now with a fully decentralized solution. I think the takeaway is that we're on this continuum from a full centralization to gradually moving in a direction here where you can control your money, where you have a lot more, that you can actually do with it, and use it for.
Now, when we talk about a centralized financial, we're talking about a bank, or a brokerage firm, having all their money with one company, these names we know, Chase and Charles Schwab and all this, to more of a blockchain-based system, right? And what's interesting about what you said is that these are all people who believe in this stuff and they still wouldn't totally do it. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, if everyone went to Citibank today and said, I want to take out all my money, they'd probably be able to service 2% of all of their deposit base, right?
Sure.
Because we're on a fractional banking system. I think the thing with crypto is that you bring this transparency to life, where all of these institutions now that are managing your assets, you may actually be able to see in real time, I just deposited this money, let me see if it shows up in real time on a transparency page.
Yeah.
I just moved this money, they're moving it to me. Where are they? So there are things that blockchain can do to instill confidence that you can't do with these traditional brick and mortar banks. And they'll either die or they'll evolve, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Bill Gates said, the world may not need banks in the future, but the world always will need banking.
Okay.
And so that, banking, the nature of banking is changing, really.
Okay, very interesting. And tell me about Cred. What does Cred do?
So Cred is a platform that serves exchanges and wallets and custodians. And we enable all of these players to be able to offer interest on their crypto assets and on their fiat assets, right? So if you go to a typical exchange today and you have your Bitcoin, chances are you're not earning interest. If you go to any bank and you deposit your dollars, you'd be hard pressed, to go to a bank that doesn't offer something in their savings account.
A tiny
something.
amount.
It might be 0.1%.
Right. Yeah.
So what we've enabled now with several wallets and exchanges, Bitcoin.com, Uphold, many more, is you're on this exchange and you can now earn up to 10% interest because of the efficiency of blockchain. If you have these crypto assets and you actually want dollars for it, you can actually borrow at single-digit interest rates. So the premise, the proposition is basically you can earn at double-digit rates and you can borrow at single-digit rates, something that would, is kind of crazy when you think about from a traditional banker's point of view.
And the efficiency of blockchain allows you to do that.
It allows you to do that.
Okay.
In addition, it allows some pretty amazing things as it relates to commerce enablement. Really practical use cases. So one of the things that we just talked about in the panel is you've got all these cash-intensive businesses that are now legal. California, cannabis is now a $2 billion business, yet no one is banked. You have these big Brinks trucks coming in, taking all the cash, putting it in a vault, no interest rate. Well, all of this can be solved with stable coins, as an example. Not only can it be solved, but it's a better solution than what banks can offer normal merchants. So swipe your credit card, turns into crypto, becomes a stable coin. That stable coin is instantly in your account as a merchant, and you can actually spend it. Okay. That's powerful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me about this blockchain alliance that you're involved with, and just what is it? And then how is it going to, how are it's various countries, right, that are doing this?
Yes.
So then how does this all work together and kind of change the way we interact with other countries?
Right. So Cred is a founder of the Universal Protocol Alliance. That alliance is made up of leading blockchain companies. It includes Bittrex, Uphold, Blockchain at Berkeley, Certicay, and obviously Cred and Omiza Go. These are all really well-known companies in the blockchain space. We got together because we saw a few problems that no one company can solve. For example, there's a big problem right now with interoperability. If you're a developer and you want to build something that is really user-friendly, what blockchain do you choose? Do you choose EOS? Do you choose, Ethereum? Do you choose something else? There's not a lot of building and innovation going on because there are just too many competing blockchain systems.
Okay.
It's exactly the same thing that happened in the early days of the internet. at TCP/IP, and then they came together, and now you have one standard that everyone's building upon. So we've come together to basically build the sort of infrastructure technology that enables interoperability, mainstream consumer safeguards. A lot of what we were talking about in there was, you lose your keys, you're done.
Right.
Well, you can have some professional custodial solutions in this, right? And what we've done is you can now take any digital asset, dollars, euros, Bitcoin, and what we can do is now very transparently mint a one-to-one token representation on top of that digital asset. So you have a dollar, we can now mint an Ethereum dollar, one-to-one. And how do you know it's one-to-one? You can look on the blockchain and you can see every time a transaction occurs, whether one's been minted or burned. So you always know that it's substantiated one-to-one. Those are the sorts of infrastructure things, this higher level of stable coins, these mainstream consumer safeguards, this sort of driving interoperability, that's going to attract the next billion people to crypto. The technology itself, you're not going to know what an ERC20 is.
Well, sure. Who knows
That's
what that
gonna
is
fade,
now, even though we use
exactly.
the internet all the time.
That's all going to fade away. And, very soon, you're going to say, you know what? I don't know if this